Hey everybody, Tim and Julie here for a brand new series, one that I am super excited for. I don't know, I always try to contain my language when you're here. I don't know why. I feel like it's grandma. Because I'm just going to say, I'm super fucking excited. We are doing Batman, the Adam West TV show, 1966.
Yeah, I was 6 years old.
I wasn't going to admit anything. Oh God, I'm overwhelmed right now. I am so excited. So the first review, it's the pilot episode, I guess you'd call it. So Batman, the original series, the Adam West series, they were like 20, 25 minutes an episode, but every episode was a two-parter. So we're going to do each two-parter together. So episodes 1 and 2, if you put the titles together, hi, diddle, riddle, smack in the middle, and the episodes always rhyme.
Yeah.
So before we even get to the episode, we'll talk a little bit about Batman in general. For me, I don't have a lot of experience with Adam West. Realistically, most of my Adam West knowledge comes from Family Guy, where Adam West actually plays a character. He plays himself. He plays Mayor Adam West. So I know stuff like that. And I've seen some episodes just because my mom, who was born in the 50s, watched Gilligan's Island, Lost in Space, Batman, stuff like that. So I would see it here and there. I did not realize that every episode was a two-parter, though. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of news to me. But I grew up with some of the villains. I know Cesar Romero, and different actors in the series, especially once we get later in the series, Eartha Kitt plays Catwoman, stuff like that. I do remember at a relatively young age, I had a huge crush on Burt Ward as Robin.
Me too.
Who I think he's 19 in this, but he is
smart.
Stupid. Yeah, well,
I think he was smarter than Batman.
He's smart, but he's I was gonna say he's stupidly cute.
Yes.
he's got that boyish charm about him. Yes. Because we watched the 43 Batman, we watched the 1949 Batman and Robin, and both of the Robins, they're actually relatively close to Batman in age. They were just short actors.
Right.
Whereas, I don't know, something about Burt Ward, and I don't know, supposedly he was a terrible person in real life. I don't know. I mean, he's still alive, but he wrote an autobiography, and he had crazy orgies and stuff like that. But I don't know, there's something about him. He's just he's just cute. Yes. Adam West is so young. Because I'm used to seeing Adam West as the older Adam West. Yes. But so overall, like I said, I don't have a lot of high expectations for this. What are some of your earlier memories of watching this? Like you said, so you were X amount of age when this came out.
Yes.
What is your what is your first memory that you can clearly remember watching Adam West as Batman?
I can't pinpoint it, but I did not like the Riddler.
Oh, the Riddler. Okay.
Yeah, for some reason he was spooky.
Okay.
When I was that age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he stumbled around like he was drunk all the time.
You're like you. I got it. You're fine. That's fine. Whatever.
but you're not spooky.
No, that's your cat.
Yes.
Which I'm glad you brought that up.
But I did recognize once I saw all the actors, right there, the police
Commissioner Gordon,
and the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I recognized them.
Okay.
And yeah, it was.
So I know Adam West, obviously, and I know Burt Ward, obviously. Mm-hmm. I don't know Alfred that well, the actor at least. Mm-hmm. I don't know Commissioner Gordon, as far as actors go. Frank Gorscher plays the Riddler.
Right.
Who I know because I'm a huge Star Trek fan.
Right.
And he was in one episode of the original series. He was in the episode where they're half black on one side and half white on the other side. Mm-hmm. He was in that episode, which that episode I think also had Batgirl in it, which is later down the road. But that's the only place I know Frank Gorscher from. Mm-hmm. But so still, but the fact that I know some of these actors compared to the first two serials, didn't know anybody. I mean, we're slowly moving to the modern era.
Yes.
And I know even more. I've already looked at the next episode. I know more actors from there. So from the very beginning, so we'll just jump right into it. Hot diddle riddle, or high diddle riddle, smack in the middle. It's hard to say.
Yes.
Especially after drinking.
Yes.
I don't know. So I know Batman has like this cliche, like it's super cheesy, and it was, but I don't know. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was done really well.
Yeah, it was funny, because it's bringing back memories of.
Oh,
I liked how the fight scenes, all
the words,
pow,
yeah,
that was funny.
So,
I remember that.
I was gonna bring this up in the last review, but I decided to wait for this one. So Batman was the first DC serial to be made, and then they did a Superman serial, and then they did Batman again, and then they did Superman again. So they're kind of going back and forth. And then, but Superman was the first one to have a TV show, the George Reeve TV show. And that, because that was in the 50s, that was like 54. It was like 10 years before this. And then this one came along. So I don't know, as for somebody who wasn't around in the 60s, like the whole thing, the whole cake exploding in the very beginning, I tried to like keep notes. Like I said, I always have all the notes right around you guys. I tried to keep the notes of all the riddles. I couldn't do it. Like I made it through like the first like 4, and some of them just didn't make sense to me.
But Robin was able to figure them out better than Batman.
Yeah,
could.
That's true. But like the first one, why isn't orange like a bell? Because they're both peeled. How's a bell peeled? Like a bell's rang.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, that was a word that was used to describe the build.
Okay, so that's a product of its time.
Yes.
So I'm never gonna get that one. I've never heard of a bell peeling. So we get that one. We get the cliche like the red phone.
Yes.
Which it's a classic. Aunt Harriet. I have no memory of Aunt Harriet.
Oh yeah, she's. Yes.
I looked it up. She's in like every episode.
Yes.
But for whatever reason,
I don't think it dawns on her that
who they are.
Who they are.
Yeah. Nope. Completely blacked her out. I have no memory of her. I can't even read the notes without laughing. That's how great they are. So, like I said, the first serial ever, the 1943 serial, was the one that introduced the grandfather clock. Now, I know you don't read a lot of the comics, but that's literally something that's in the comics to this day, where you open the grandfather clock and you walk through, and it's like this long stairwell down to the Batcave. So they had that, and I think it was in the 49 one a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But for this one, it's a bookcase that opens, and it's the telephone poles that literally say, like, Bruce and Dick. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, hey, don't touch my pole. That's my pole. So already, I was laughing. I don't know if it matters or not. Random trivia fact that Wayne Manor, is 14 miles from Gotham City. According to their little sign.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. I did like you got 3 men in a boat and 4 cigarettes and no match. How do you light them? You throw 1 cigarette overboard and the boat becomes a cigarette lighter. That one reminds me of what's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo? One's really heavy and the other's a little lighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're done. I can't be the riddler. So we get that, we get the first of the, cliche, bat, insert whatever you want. So at this point, Robin's about to chuck the grate down, and he's like, think of the pedestrians. Bat hook. And he hangs up the thing. I'm just going to jump all the way to season 2. The most cliche one is from the movie, where it's the bat anti-shark spray. That's the most famous one. So, and I love that one. That's a prop. You could buy that stuff. The whole plot of this is the Riddler suing Batman, which is actually pretty good. I'm actually okay with that. That's literally a plot that they could do today. Because the whole world's sue happy.
Right.
Being in 2020. I mean, that goes back to to the 90s even. Oh, you looked at me wrong. I'm suing you. So the fact that the Riddler is suing Batman, I was like, I could buy that. I'm okay with it. the time of a clock is like the whistle of a train, and what has no flesh, no nail, no bone, but is still a hand. It's a tutu and it's a glove, so they're at 22 Glover Avenue. What? What?
Yes.
I was like, you're reaching. You got me with the cigarette lighter thing. You're reaching for that one. The whole 60s thing where Batman's dancing.
Yeah.
Whew. I don't know. Like like I said, I've watched every Bond movie ever made, and there are moments where you're like, "Ooh, that's
That was
dated." Yep. And this is that moment. I do love the Batmobile.
Yes, that was
great. Because in the first two serials, he just drives like a Cadillac or it's a car.
Looking car.
But he finally has the Batmobile. Absolutely love it. I think it's great.
And how they escape from the Batcave.
Oh, and the little sign goes down.
The sign goes down.
But my favorite, it's so stupid, where Robin gets out and it's the Bat anti-theft equipment, but he covers it with the push start, so that way they'll be like, oh, there it is, but then they set off the alarm instead. Yeah. What? Which is funny because if you continue watching Batman over the years, like you get to the Michael Keaton Batman, and you eventually even get to the Christian Bale Batman, and you see things be put in place where the Batmobile gets more like security devices. Or if you get to the Christian Bale Batman, somebody goes to take his mask off and gets electrocuted. Like he even has his mask protected. So, I mean, you're slowly seeing stuff like that.
Oh, what I thought was kind of funny, because in the other Batmans that we watched, Robin was right there going in with Batman all the time. This time when they went to the bar, Robin had to stay in the car.
You're too young. Yep. Which then, so Batman gets drugged in the bar, and then when he's like, I have to go, they've kidnapped Robin. You are in no shape to drive, Batman. I was like, oh, this is good. Yes. This is a PSA. I liked it. I was all for it. Yeah. Which led us to the end of the first episode. Same channel, or same time, same channel. Eventually, I know it becomes same bat time, same bat channel. So I was a little disappointed. Evidently, it's not the first episode. But I guarantee you, when we get to that episode, that's going to be how I start the video. We're back! The same bat time.
Yes.
Let's see. Batmobile, Batman drugged. I couldn't even keep... This is where I lost track of the riddles. It's like something about pins in a soup and Joan of Arc. And I was like, what? I couldn't even, I tried to follow it, couldn't even do it. We get the girl as Robin, and as soon as she puts on the wig, it's just Burt Ward. What? So at first I was really excited because Molly, the character, who's a redhead, was dressed as Robin. If you fast forward to the late 80s, you get the Frank Miller series. It's a very famous series. It's Batman The Dark Knight Returns. And Robin is a girl. It's Carrie Kelly. And she's a redhead. So I was like, ooh, look at that. Carrie Kelly already. No, it's just Molly. And then as soon as she put on the wig and it was just Burt Ward, dubbed over with her voice. I was like, how much did they have to pay him? Because he does all the little girl things to stay in character. And I was like, ooh, what? No, stop. Just stop it. The emergency bat lever where because Batman and the Riddler cross each other. And he has to pull the lever, and then the car turns around because the parachutes come out. Yeah. I was like, okay, so I want to keep track of how many bat things, a bat lever, a bat hook, all sorts of stuff. The hidden laser beam that disarmed Molly's gun. I was like, no, you got to stop. And then what really kind of surprised me was Molly died.
Yes, when she fell down in that nuclear thing.
It's the second episode and they killed somebody.
Well, because Batman went up there to get her.
Which was the cheesiest, him,
Yeah, getting up there to get her, and then she backed away from him and continued climbing. And then she fell.
I was really surprised. Second episode in, and boom, somebody's dead.
Yes, but we didn't see the body.
That's true.
Yes.
How many circles does how many sides does a circle have? 2, inside and outside. I didn't get that one. I tried. Like, if I pause it, I think I could have gotten it eventually. And then which president has the biggest head? Or no, which president wears the biggest hat? My first instinct was Abraham Lincoln.
Mine too.
And then, nope, it's the one with the biggest head. Because I always think, did you ever watch Die Hard 3?
Probably.
Like, the whole Die Hard 3, it's in my top, 10 favorite movies. Probably my top 3. Like, the whole thing is nothing but riddles. Because the character is Simon. Mm-hmm. And that's, like, he has one. Like, who's the 23rd president? Oh, it's Chester A. Arthur. And he has, like, different stupid riddles like that. And so when he's like, which president had the biggest hat? I was like, ooh. Nope. Whoever wears the biggest head. So I was like, oh, okay. I should have gotten that. Didn't even have an answer. It was like, I don't even know how they got the answer. Something about a bank. Yeah. President bank or something. Like, it was dumb. And that's where we finally get the words for the hits. The Riddler fell, but we didn't see the body. Right. But it's the Riddler. You know the Riddler's coming back. And then Aunt Harriet again at the end, where I was like, oh, I already forgot about her from the first episode. A lot went down. Yeah. Like, a lot went down in 2 episodes.
Yeah, it was funny. It brought back a lot of memories of the actors, remembering, I remember them. But it was funny. It was just funny.
And it was enjoyable, too. Like, it was cheesy, but it was enjoyable. Yeah. So, I'm curious to see, because this only lasted 3 seasons.
Right.
So, I'm curious to see, like, if it contains that, or if it gets to that point where you're like, okay, no, you gotta stop. Yeah. Because only the first 2 episodes are the 2-parter episodes. When we get to season 3, each episode is only 20 minutes, and they're not 2-parters anymore. But we'll, like, just to save time and stuff, we'll probably do them in 2-parters anyway. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Any closing thoughts? Anything you're really excited for? Anything you, like, jumping out at you?
And just getting to see all the characters again.
Okay.
And maybe it'll bring back some more memories.
Okay. Like I said, I know I watched it as a kid. It's like I said, it's like Gilligan's Islands or Lost in Space, stuff like that. Yes. Where it's like, I know I've seen episodes, but let's say we binged all of that. You're not going to remember every single thing. And even episodes you've seen, it's like, not until you watch it, you're going to be like, oh, I do remember that. Yes. That is a thing. So what did you think of the Riddler as the first villain? Do you think he was a good first villain? Would you have started with somebody else?
Nah. He was good.
He was good? Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, he looked a little like you, acted a little like you. But...
I am surprised they didn't start out with a Joker. Just because I feel like the Joker's like a main staple.
He was one of the main characters, yeah.
But so I'm surprised they didn't start with the Joker, but then again, you might not want to start with like your big star. You might start a little bit lower.
Yeah. So people don't get tired of seeing him, maybe. So.
Which I did look it up. I cheat a little bit when I do these reviews. Because like Batman, Robin, Aunt Harriet, Alfred, Commissioner Gordon are in like every single episode. Right. And then I think the Joker is the most portrayed villain. Because I think it's like the Joker, the Penguin, Catwoman, and then the Riddler is like 4th. But like still, it was good to see the Riddler. So I'm excited. Any other closing thoughts?
No.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
You seem more excited for these. Like I said, like I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy our other reviews, but they were a little tedious.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you and I are gonna just fucking blaze through Adam West. Like just next episode, let's just keep going. It's 2:30 in the morning. I don't care. Let's keep going. Like it's because I don't take it too seriously. Like, I sit back and I enjoy it and I laugh. Because that's the thing is, like, so after Adam West and stuff, Tim Burton started his anthology where it was Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman Robin. And Batman Forever, the 2 villains in that are the Riddler and Two-Face. And that was actually directed by Joel Schumacher, who recently passed away, sadly. And people really kind of hounded it because it was so over the top and it was so just bad.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, it's actually pretty good. And when you think about it, like, what they were basing it off of was an updated version of this.
Right.
Like you said, when you see Frank Gorsner, like, laughing and falling over,
Mm-hmm.
like, Jim Carrey, who plays the Riddler in the movie,
right.
is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is the 1990s version of Frank Gorsner.
Yeah,
he's skinny and he's laughing.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You love my jumpsuit?" And then he pushes a button and it just, the whole thing is lights. And it lights up. It keeps me safe while I'm jogging at night. He's so over the top. And you're like, after watching like this two-parter with Frank Gorsner, like you said, he's falling over and laughing and everything. Mm-hmm. It's perfect. Like, it's really well done. Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like too many people criticize the 90s movies not looking at what they were basing it off of.
Yeah, they should have.
So maybe we should do those movies too. Just keep going.
Yes, just keep going.
But, so if that's all you got, that's all I got. So thank you guys for starting the Adam West series. Like I said, I'm super excited. I don't know a ton of Adam West. There is comic books of Adam West too. Like I said, there's three seasons, and they've actually started a comic book that's like season 4, basically. Has Harley Quinn in it and everything.
Oh, okay.
But it's all still based in like the 60s. So if you guys have seen it, let me know. I don't care about spoilers. Spoilers are not a thing because this came out 30 years before I was born. So spoilers do not exist. But if you guys have seen it, let me know. I'm really curious what you guys think, just to see how well it's dated. As far as this one, I feel like it's actually aged pretty well. Like, it's still, the dancing scene's the only scene that I was like,
when we saw Batman, the animated Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I was totally down. I loved it. So, curious what you guys think, and we will see you guys next time for episodes 3 and 4, Fine Feathered Finks and a Penguin's Hijinks.
Hey,